What's up, guys? Mr. Lee Redmond here with episode number 6 of the Level 11 series with Harold Wood Athletic in the Liverpool County Premier League. So I've now completed the first 10 games of the season, season number 3. So obviously there will be a couple more episodes in this season due to me being in a bigger division. Not quite sure why that is, but there you go. I've started on the financing screen. I'm not actually too sure why, but this is where I've started. I have got 349,000 in the bank and could potentially have just shy of $500,000 at the end of this season. Who knows what could happen with maybe some extra games. I was happy to find out actually I have now started FA Cup. I played in the FA Cup this season. Went horribly, I'll admit, but we did play in the first round of the FA Cup, first preliminary round of the FA Cup. So that is pretty cool, apart from the result. The season's gone a bit weird, I must admit. Before I go into that, I'm going to go to transfer window. As you can see, I lost quite a few players again, including my captain from last year, Femio Ismail, Max Browning and Hurd, Chris Leak, Greg Jeffries, some decent players. I've now managed to bring some in though. Daly Rothwell, 24-year-old striker, who looks pretty awful to be fair, and is pretty awful. Steve Brown, a goalkeeper, because I basically had none. He's not too great in the moment but has potential. Jermaine Hamilton, 30-year-old striker. Liam Catamo, probably no relation to Lee. Left back, 28-year-old left back. Dan Dean from Huntington, a 27-year-old right back. Ryan Wilsmer, a 28-year-old right midfielder who can play quite a few places. Andy Haskins, a 31-year-old centre mid from, was that Biggleswade? Biggleswade Town. Ollie Baker, 28-year-old centre mid from Greenhills, Padgate and Oswalds. What a name. Free transfer, Dave Humbley, a 29-year-old centre mid. James Hampshire, 28-year-old left mid. Nick Maynard, 26-year-old keeper. And last but not least, Clark Akers, a 26-year-old right back. So I have brought in, oh Jesus, apologies guys, I have brought in some players which I needed to again due to obviously losing quite a few of my players last season as well. At the end of the season I actually think every single player was wanted at one point. Roy Holbert had a bid actually on him from Lancaster, so I might just offer a new contract there. Key player, even though he is only 17, but that's all it. I need players, to be quite honest. Andy Haskins is wanted. There's not too bad, but it's always at the end of the season, to be fair. They always wanted after a decent run in the league. But that is it for those transfers, guys. We're going to go into the fixtures now. We didn't have any friendlies. As you can see, just to be quite frank, I've drawn way too many games. I drew 0-0 against Piddle Trenfide United, I think is how you say that. I have no idea if that is right. So we drew 0-0 in the first game of the season. It was 9 shots to 4 in my favour. They had 3 on target to my 2, and I had 51% possession. We drew 1-1 at home to Kingston Lacey, one of the teams that came with me. Jake Fashini put us 1-0 up in the 6th minute. James Hampshire was injured on the 28th minute, but we managed to go into half-time 1-0 up. But Troy Carroll did equalise for Kingston in the 61st minute to give them the 1-1 draw. 5 shots each. We had 3 each on target and they had 51% possession. As you can see, my first foray into the FA Cup went shocking, but we did not end very well. That's what caused us. We actually went 1-0 up in the 2nd minute, and Dave Allen pulled Laverstock Green back to 1-1 in the 5th. Lee Williams made it 2-1 to Laverstock in the 13th, and then on the half-hour mark, Dave Allen got his second to make it 3. And then it was all okay until the 80th, and then Dave Allen's gone nuts. He got his hat-trick and made it 4 on the 80th minute. He then made a 5-0 and 5-1 in the 89th, 6-1 in the 91st, and 7-1 in the 92nd. That's probably why, because the match conditions of my players were shocking towards the end of the game. You've even got Catamo on 2.9. Stats wise, 18 shots to 5 in their favour. They had 9 on target to my 1, and they had 55% possession. They are actually also 2 divisions above me. They are County League, I believe it is. Let me just confirm that. I did check this earlier actually. They are Spartan South Mids Prem. So yeah, they're there and they're 2 levels above me. Still a bit of a shocker though, to be fair, losing 7-1 when you were 4-1 up in the 80th minute. So that's how my first foray into the FA Cup went. Very decent attendance as well. I've actually just noticed 600. We lost our first game of the season against Whaley Bridge Athletic. Steve Hill put in Whaley Bridge 1-0 up in the 8th minute, and then Nicky Brader in the 44th made it 2-0, and we went into half-time 2-0 down. Dan Dean was sent off in the 71st minute for a second bookable offence, and Ryan Wilsmer pulled one back for us in the 89th, but that was too little too late. It was 11 shots to 6 in Whaley Bridge's favour. They had 5 on target to my 1, and they had 52% possession. We then drew 1-1 against Stoyal, I think is how you say it. Fashini puts 1-0 up in the 14th minute. And then in the 63rd minute, Liam Webster equalised for Stoyal to give them a point. It's 11 shots to 6 in their favour. They had 5 on target to my 3. I had 51% possession. We then followed that up with our first win of the season, 1-0 at home to Sturminster Marshall. Dave Hambley in the 59th minute giving us the 1-0 lead, and we held on to take our first win of the season. 10 shots to 6 in Sturminster's favour. We both had 3 each on target, and we had 50% possession. We then drew 1-1 at Chickerell United. Fashini puts 1-0 up in the 4th minute. Joe Bryan equalised for Chickerell in the 16th minute, and that was how it ended. So we took another point. It was 9 shots to 5 in their favour. We had 2 each on target, and they had 53% possession. We then lost 4-2 South Chetterton United. Sharif put South Chetterton 1-0 up in the 5th minute. Rob Ball made it 2-0 in the 24th, and then just before half time, Ryan Wilsmer gave us some hope to make it 2-1. 2 minutes after half time, Rob Ball made it 3-1 to South Chetterton. Daley Rothwell pulled one back, just 18 minutes from time, but just 60 seconds later, Gareth Ford put it all beyond hope by getting a 4th with 17 minutes to go. It's 11 shots to 6 in their favour. They had 6 on target to my 5, and they had 54% possession. However, we did end pretty well as we beat could say local rivals. Kelvin and Hatch 1-0. Jermaine Hamilton giving us the win in the 94th minute. I'm not too sure if they're local rivals, but we have played them in all 3 seasons, so I suppose you could say rivals almost. We had 7 shots to their 5. I had 3 on target to their 1, and they had 54% possession. We then made it 2 wins out of 2 by winning 1-0 at Oakford United. Daley Rothwell pulling us in front just before the hour mark, where we hold on to the result to get us a win. 9 shots to 5 in my favour. They had 4 on target to my 3, and they had 51%. I had 51% possession. Final game of the section was a 0-0 draw against Middlewich Town. Dave Hambley was injured in the 8th minute, but thankfully we didn't concede after that, and we got a point to make it 7 out of 9. 6 shots to 4 in my favour. They had 3 on target to my 1, and I had 52% possession. So we go and look at the tables. We are 6th, and we are only 3 points adrift of Rudheath Social Club in 2nd. But I do still have to play Rudheath, Maine Baker 2nd and 3rd, and I've still got to play Forres, Buckhurst and Corfe Mullen. So it's a decent run-in, so we never know what will happen there. Stats wise, that's the team stats, player stats. Bugger all from us, to be honest, so we'll just have a look at leading goal scorer, which is Jake Fashini with 4, but he has been injured recently, strained his ankle ligament, so he has missed a bit of the season. So hopefully he'll come back, so we can get some more points. But yeah, it was quite nice to play in the FA Cup. I have to be honest, I wasn't expecting that until I at least went up a division. But I suppose it's possible. Anyone in really in the big divisions in level 11 could be playing. But we'll have to wait and see. Next game is top of the table, second in the table, Rudheath Social Club. So we'll have to see how that goes. But that is it for this episode, guys. Leave some likes, leave some comments, subscribe. Would appreciate it all. Tune in next time for the second batch of games. We'll get to the 20 game mark, and we'll see how we're doing after that. Hopefully we can improve. I would like to get a promotion soon with Harold Wood, so we'll have to wait and see. But until that time, guys, as always, take it steady.